Hello students, in this class we are going to study about Newton second law. So in last class we are already discussed about Newton first law. What explain Newton first law? A body is in rest, remains in rest position. Suppose a body is in motion, remains it is in motion unless until no unbalanced force act on a body. So according to first, unless until unbalanced force are acting on a body, the state of the body does not change. So we are discuss in first law, unbalanced force are not acting on a body, the state of the body is not going to be changed. But in case of second law, we want to change the state of a body. Change the state of a body means this is a body. Initially these are at rest position. I am taking two objects. Initially these two are in rest position. If you want to change the state of body means these two bodies coming to motion, we need to apply some force on the object. How much force we require to change the state of a body? That is our question. So I am taking case 1. In case 1, both objects of masses m1 equal to m2. So both objects are in same mass. Initially these two are in rest position, so velocities of the body at initial u1, this is u2. So what we are doing here, to change the state of the body, this object is moving with velocity v1, this object is moving with velocity v2. Now these two are in motion. Initially rest, in rest position both bodies have equal velocities. After the state of the body is going to change, this object moving with one velocity v1 and this object is moving with another velocity v2. So v1 v2 are called as the final velocities of body. We will change the state object m1 mass of the body, we need to apply the force f1. Object 2, we need to apply the force f2. If suppose v1 is greater than v2, we require final velocity v1 is greater than v2. How much force we need to apply here? f1 is greater than f2. Okay, this is the first condition. Next, if suppose I need to v2 greater than v1, how much force we required? f2 greater than f1. Here force is depending on the final velocity of the object. So force is depend on final velocity of object. That is the first point. Next, I am taking case 2. Here I am taking two objects of different mass. In case 1, both bodies of masses are equal. Here both are different masses. So this is m1 mass of the body, this is m2 mass of the body. Here condition is m1 is greater than m2, but both are in rest position, their velocities are same. So the velocity of the first body is u1, velocity of the second body is u2. We want to here v1 is greater than v2. Okay, how much force is required here? F1 is greater than F2, m1 is greater than m2. Here velocity is v1 greater than v2. We need to apply the force here, F1 greater than F2. If suppose I am changing here mass, m2 greater than m1, how much we need to apply the force here? F2 greater than F1. So if you increase the mass of the body, we need to apply the force also increase. So here I am applying the force F1, here I am applying force F2. If force is increases, it comes into motion. If mass of the body is going to increase, then we need to apply the large amount of force. So force is also depend on the mass of the body or not? Force depends on mass of the body. Okay, so force is depending on two factors. First one is mass of the body. So F is directly proportional to m. This is the first equation. Next one, force is depending on the final velocity of the body. Final velocity means here velocity is going to be changed. The rate of change of velocity is called as the acceleration. So if you want to increase the acceleration, we require large amount of the force. So F is directly proportional to A. So F is directly proportional to mass, F is directly proportional to acceleration. From equation 1 and 2, what we write? F is directly proportional to m A. If I remove the proportionality constant by substituting of some constant k into ma, where k is called constant, where k is constant. So where m is the mass, a is the acceleration, k is constant. If suppose k value equal to 1, m equal to mass, I am taking the 1 kg of the object, it develops acceleration 1 meter second square. For example, here constant value 1, I am taking 1 kg mass of the object, it produces 1 meter per second square acceleration. Then what about the force? Substitute all these values in above equation. Force F equal to ma. Okay, substitute here k equal to 1, m equal to 1, a equal to 1. We required ma, that value is 1. What is the units of the force? Newton. So we want to 1 Newton force, we require 1 kg mass of the object, it produces 1 meter per second square acceleration. So define 1 Newton. Define 1 Newton. 1 Newton definition is 1 kg mass of the object produces 1 meter per second square acceleration. Then the force is 1 Newton. So that is called 1 Newton force. So we are already studied units of the force. SI unit. SI unit of force is Newton. It is represented by capital N. Next, CGS unit of force is dyne. How you convert Newton to dyne? We know that already 1 Newton equal to, we require 1 kg mass of the object into 1 meter per second square acceleration. So kg converted into grams, 10 to the power of 3. So here meter can be converted into centimeter second square. So 1 meter equal to how many centimeters? 100 centimeters. So 10 to the power of 3, 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 5 gram centimeter second square. So this gram centimeter per second square we called as the dyne. So this is the relation between dyne and Newton. So 1 Newton we can write 10 to the power of 5 dyne. So another method to prove the Newton's second law. This is the first method. We are using the direction of the applying force on the object. Method 2. So Newton's second law has one statement. In this method we are using the momentum. We are already studied momentum. The product of mass and velocity of the body is called momentum. Here Newton's second law can be proved by using the momentum. So statement of the Newton's second law, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to external force acting on a body. Here we are using the momentum. So rate of change of momentum. So you are changing the momentum of a body, that is depending on the external force acting on a body. If you are applying the more force on the body, then in this body changes its momentum. Proof. For example, I am taking a body of mass m. Initially this body is at rest position. So it has initial velocity u and final velocity v. For example, if you are applying the force acting on a body is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum means P2 minus P1 by T. P2 minus P1 by T, this is called rate of change of momentum. P2 minus P1 is change in momentum with respect to time. Here P2 is final momentum of a body, P1 is initial momentum of a body. So we will write, in case of P2 final momentum, here mass of the object m, its velocity, final velocity of the object v. P1 is the initial momentum. It is the product of mass and initial velocity of the body is u. So in case of P2 I am going to substitute mv. In case of P1 I am going to substitute mu. F is directly proportional to m final momentum mv minus initial momentum mu by t. I am taking common mass v minus u by t. Okay. So you will observe that v minus u by t is called change in velocity. The change in velocity is known as the acceleration. According to definition of the acceleration, the rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. So v minus u by t we called as acceleration a equal to v minus u by t. In case of v minus u by t we will substitute a. F is directly proportional to m a. Removing proportionality constant by substituting of some constant k m a, where k is constant. If I am substitute k equal to 1 when mass equal to 1 kg, it produces acceleration 1 meter per second square, then force equal to 1 Newton. So F equal to 1 Newton equal to 1 kg meter per second square. So F equal to ma. This is called Newton's second law formula. This is called mathematical expression for the Newton's second law of motion. This is called mathematical expression for Newton's second law. Here mainly we are using the definition of momentum. So change in momentum is directly proportional to external force acting on a body. If you are increasing external force on a body, then momentum of your body is also increase. Next, applications of Newton second law. Applications in daily life where we are used the Newton second law. First application is cricket player catch a ball. So many people are interested to watch the cricket. While cricket players generally during the catch a ball, this is a ball, one player is catching this ball, but he is directly not catching this ball, he is dragged towards his hand. A player directly do not catch this ball, he is dragged towards lower his hands, then only he will catch that ball. Why? Because doing like that, when the cricket player drag this ball, what happened? Time will be increase. Time will be increase. According to Newton's second law, F is inversely proportional to time. So here time is increased. Time is increased. What about the force? Force will decreased. In this case, force will decrease. What happened? The injuring or injured effect is low. Here injured effect is low. For example, the player directly catch this ball. What happened? Time will be decrease. If the time is decreased, what happened? Force will be increased. That force will be causes to injured effect will be high. So the player feels the pain while catching the ball. So that every cricket player while catching a ball, this ball can be dragged towards his hands. Why? Because to decrease the injured effect to hands. Cricket player while catch the ball dragged to lower his hands because time will be increased, then injured effect will be decreased. This is the best example for the Newton's second law. Next example is, every vehicle we are using the bumpers. Okay. Why you are using that bumpers? Because to increase the time, to decrease the injuring effect from the brakes. So time will be increased, force will be decreased, injuring effect will be decreased. These are all applications of Newton's second law. Next, we will see some example problems of NCERT textbook basing on Newton's second law. So first example 9.1, a constant force act on the object of mass 5 kg for a duration of 2 seconds. Here one force is acting on the object, its mass of the object is 5 kg during time of 2 seconds. It increases the object's velocity from 3 meter per second to 7 meter per second. Here velocity is changes from 3 meter per second to 7 meter per second, means initially the object velocity is 3 meter per second, after it will reaches to 7 meter per second is the final velocity. So this is the initial velocity u, this is the final velocity v. Find magnitude of the applied force. First what we are doing, calculate here magnitude of applied force. Next, now if the force was applied for the duration of 5 seconds, here we are going to find the force after that force will affected duration of 5 seconds. What would be final velocity of the object? Here time will be increased. What is the changing in final velocity of the object? First note down what are the given data. Mass m equal to 5 kg, time t equal to 2 seconds, initial velocity u equal to 3 meter second inverse, final velocity 7 meter second inverse. What we are going to find? Find the magnitude of applied force. Force will be find out by using of Newton's second law. According to Newton's second law, What is the formula? Mathematical expression for the Newton's second law is F equal to ma. Okay, F equal to, where m is mass of the object and a is the acceleration. Acceleration we can write on as v minus u by t, change in velocity. So F equal to, we know that mass of the substance 5 kg, you know that final velocity of the object 7 meter per second minus initial velocity 3 meter per second by time 2 second. Calculate here, 7 minus 3, 4 by 2, 2 times gets cancelled, 10 Newton. So here how much force is applied? 10 Newton force. After what we are going to find? This 10 Newton force applied duration of 5 seconds. Find the final velocity of the object. We are using this force. Increase the time t equal to 5 seconds. Find the final velocity. So from this formula I am going to find the final velocity formula. So cross multiplication, Ft equal to m into v minus u. We want to v value. So Ft by m equal to v minus u. We are going to find the final velocity v equal to u plus Ft by m. This is the formula for finding of final velocity v equal to u initial velocity plus f into time by mass of the object. Substitute all values. V equal to u value, u equal to 3 meter per second plus f 10 Newton, t, this 10 Newton force applied at the duration of 5 seconds by mass. Mass of the object is 5. 5 gets the cancel. V equal to 3 plus 10, v equal to 13 meter second inverse. So final velocity of the object is 13 meter per second square. When this velocity is going to happen? 10 Newton force of duration of time is 5 seconds. This 10 Newton force applied at the duration of 5 seconds, the final velocity is going to change, that is 13 meter per second. This is the answer. Next, example 9.2, which would require a greater force of acceleration 2 kg mass at 5 meter per second square or 4 kg mass at 2 meter per second square. Here we are going to find the greater force. So first acceleration value 5 meter per second square of mass 2 kg, next to 4 kg of mass, its acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Find the greater force acting on the body. First of all, mass m1 2 kg, its acceleration a1 equal to 5 meter second square. Next, second object m2 equal to its mass 4 kg, acceleration is 2 meter second square. So here force value is F1, here force value is F2. We are going to find F1, F2, which is greater force acting on the body. So using Newton's second law, its mathematical expression F equal to ma. Substitute m value, a value, you will easily find out the F value. So I am going to find first of all F1 equal to m1 a1. So mass of the first object is 2 and its acceleration is 5. So 10 Newton force acting on the first object is F1. Next I am going to find F2 equal to M2 A2. M2 means 4 into acceleration is 2 meter per second square, 4 2s 8 Newton force. So first object acting on force F1 equal to 10 Newton force. Second object acting of the force is 8 Newton. So which is going to greater? F1 is greater than F2 force. So the 2 kg body has large amount of force is applied, so it is greater force F1. So F1 is the greater force acting on the first object. This is the answer. Next example 9.3. A motor car is moving with a velocity of 108 km per hour and it takes time 4 seconds to stop after the brakes are applied. When the brakes are applied at 4 seconds, the final velocity of the body is 0. So 108 km per hour is the initial velocity. While applying the brakes, its final velocity becomes 0. So V value is 0, U value is 108 km per hour. Calculate the force exerted by the brakes on motor car if its mass along with the passengers 1000 kg. So the motor car total mass is 1000 kg. So mass of the object is 1000 kg. Its initial velocity u equal to 108 kilometer per hour, time equal to 4 seconds. So we are going to find the F value. When brakes are applying on the motor vehicle, its final velocity becomes 0. Now first of all I am converting velocity is given kilometer per hour, I am converted into meter per second while multiplying with 5 by 18. So converted from kilometer per hour to meter per second by multiplying of 5 by 18. So how many times gets cancelled? 2 9s, 2 5s, 2 4s. So 54 into 5, 270 by 9, 3 3s, 3 9s, 3 30s. So 30 meter per second. So initial velocity is 30 meter per second. Final velocity is 0 meter per second. Now according to Newton second law, F equal to ma, we are going to find the force F equal to m into acceleration, we can written as v minus u by t. Substitute all values. M value is 1000, v value is 0 minus initial velocity 30 by time 4. So 1000 into minus 30 by 4. So here minus 30,000 by 4. How many times gets cancelled? 4 7s, 4 5s, 00. So here force is minus 7500 Newton. So when you are applying the brakes on this motor car, how much force is exert minus 7500 Newton. Why force value will get the negative? Why? Because the negative sign indicates the force acting on the motor car in opposite direction. So the motor car is moving this direction. Here through the brakes applying the force is opposite to the motion. This is the external force, this is the motion of the motor car. So the opposite force is represented minus, its value is 7500 Newton. So motor car acting force is minus 7500 Newton. This is the answer. Next question, example 9.4. A force of 5 Newton gives a mass m1, acceleration of 10 meter per second. Here force 5 Newton acting on a object of mass m1. Mass of the object is not given, but it produced acceleration is 10 meter per second square. Next, same force is acting on the mass m2 and acceleration is 20 meter per second square. Here same 5 Newton force is also acting on the mass m2, but mass of the object is not given. We are going to find acceleration is given, its value is 20 meter per second square. What acceleration would it give if both the masses were tied together? First what we are going to find, mass of the value m1, m2 we are going to find. If these two masses are going to tied together, what is the total mass? So force F equal to 5 Newton, acceleration A1 equal to 10 meter second square. Next, acceleration A2 equal to 20 meter second power minus 2. So here going to find m1 mass, m2 mass, but both bodies having equal force 5 Newton. Next, according to Newton second law, F equal to ma, we know that force value, acceleration value, by using force and acceleration we can easily find out the mass value. So m equal to F by A. If you want to find out the m1 mass, F by A1. So substitute here, F value 5 Newton, acceleration A1 value 10. How many times gets cancelled? 2 times. So 1 by 2, 0.5 kg. This is the m1 mass. Similarly, I am going to find m2, F by A2. So same force 5 Newton, but it produced the acceleration is 20 meter per second square on second body. So 5 ones, 5 fours, 1 by 4, 0.25 kg. So this is the m1 mass of the object, this is the m2 mass of the object. So if gives both the masses were tied together. So I am taking as m dash is the new tied together. So when tied together, what happened? Both masses are added, m1 plus m2. So mass of the first object 0.5, mass of the second object 0.25, 0.75 kg. This is the total mass were tied together. So using this mass, what we will do? What acceleration would acted on the mass. So find out the acceleration F equal to ma. We are going to find the acceleration a equal to F by m equal to F. When these two objects are tied together, force acting is same 5 by mass will be increased 0.75. So calculate here 5 by 0.75, 6.67. What is the units of the acceleration? Meter second power minus 2. This is the acceleration when two masses were tied together, the acceleration will be increased. This is the answer. Next, example 9.5. The velocity time graph of a ball of mass 20 gram. So here ball of mass 20 grams. We are going to draw the velocity time graph moving along straight line along a table. So this ball is moving on a straight line along long table. We are going to draw the velocity time graph. This is the graph. Along x-axis time taken, along y-axis velocity is taken. So when time is 0, initial velocity of the body is 20, its units are centimeter per second. So initial velocity 20 centimeter per second. So time t equal to 10 second, final velocity is 0. Initial is 20 centimeter per second, final velocity is v equal to 0. Mass of the body is 20 grams, converted into kg 20 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. 1 gram equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. Here also I am converting meter per second, 20 into 1 centimeter equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 meter per second. So we are going to find the how much force does the table exert on the ball. We are going to find force using Newton second law. F equal to ma. In case of acceleration, we are going to substitute v minus u by t. Substitute all values. F equal to mass 20 into 10 to the power of minus 3, final velocity 0 and initial velocity 20 into 10 to the power of minus 2 by time 10 second. So here 20 into here minus 20 into minus 20, 10 to the power of minus 3, 10 to the power of minus 2, 10 to the power of minus 5, here 10 to the power of plus 1, it comes into numerator, 10 to the power of minus 1. So here force F equal to, so 20 into 20 minus 400 into 10 to the power of minus 5, 10 to the power of minus 1, 10 to the power of minus 6 minus 4 into 10 to the power of plus 2 minus 6, 10 to the power of minus 4, force F equal to minus 0.0004 Newton. This is the answer. So how much force is exerted by table? F equal to minus 0.0004 Newton, where negative sign is indicated for force is acting opposite direction to the motion of ball. Okay. So this is the answer. How much force is acting here? F equal to minus 0.004 Newton. These are all different types of numerical problems based on Newton second law. We will meet in next session.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.